Hello Capricorn, welcome to your reading for the 3rd until the 9th of February 2025. It's going to be a general one, so please take what resonates and just let the rest go. And yeah, let's welcome in the beautiful high frequency archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, and of course our higher selves to assist us with this reading. Okay, Capricorn, let's see what's going to jump out here for the center of your reading. Wow, something's flipped. I just kept going to see. So as you can see, the card that has flipped over in the middle of the shuffle is the Emperor. Wow. Capricorn, you're feeling on top of things at the moment. You could also be creating some structure in your life. And wow, the stars jumped out as well. So this is very worldly, about creating structure, like, you know, being the number 4 card. It's about, you know, creating the life that you want, sort of to do with, you know, the home, creating your structure, but also being kind of taking care of your own affairs. Okay, so taking care of your own affairs. And this is a very, like, almost like the nature connection, kind of like the, you know, the soul energy, more spiritual. Not so much to do with the material, but it can be a balance between, you know, physical and spiritual as well. So it could be here, Capricorn, that you are, you know, you're an earth sign. So you are very capable, you're very practical. And maybe now what's happening is that you're also becoming aware of another aspect of you, which is that part of you that's connected to spirit, connected to source, connected to nature, and, you know, your own mind-body connection and that as well. You know, this is about you taking care of kind of things outside of yourself. This is about you taking care of you, like, you know, within. Let's see what's coming in around that. Wow, some powerful major arcana here, Capricorn. The Hierophant. So what's driving this? Isn't this fascinating? The Hierophant is actually the intermediary between spirit and matter. So it's really bringing in that wisdom that knows how to combine the spiritual and the practical together. And we've just talked about how the Emperor and the Star are kind of almost, you know, if this is like the earthly practicality and this is sort of like more spiritually connected. Then, you know, the Hierophant almost sits in between these two in some ways. So I think maybe what's driving this reading for you, Capricorn, is that you're wanting to kind of combine your, you know, your practical skills, maybe even your leadership abilities, your organisational skills, and possibly other skills and talents that you have as well, with your soul, passion, and interest here. So Capricorn, it's going to be, yeah, you're combining your, you know, the driving force here is going to be an energy that's going to help you to kind of combine the practical with the spiritual thinking. That's what this reading is looking like, if that resonates for you. Recently, yeah, you've, I guess, had some ideas, and this can be like the sort of truth as well. So I think there's some underlying truth that you have started to align yourself with, and maybe you have come into a greater understanding of your personal truth, okay, and what's true for you. Yeah, at the moment, wow, this is your power card. At the moment, you are very determined to get this thing going, whatever it is, to either integrate something into your life, to do things in a new way, to combine something. But sometimes the devil can be, you know, like a negative energy, but the light in this card is that it's about tenaciousness and hard work and being committed, okay. There may also be things that you are, maybe there are some attachments that you are addressing, some unhelpful attachments or habits that you're addressing as well at the same time, okay. because in the near future you're likely to be collaborating and sort of forming a bit of a plan here about how you're going to move forward in perhaps a maybe you're going to be combining things creatively in a new way, but you're going to be good at whatever it is that you're doing here. And no doubt, because the Emperor is, also very much an energy of mastery. So whatever you're bringing to the table is going to be of assistance here as well. Well, current energy, yeah, I think you're getting in touch with your higher self here. This is your, I think you're really awakening to your higher self and spiritually what you are needing for your soul energy. I think you'll become more aware of that. External influences. So this could mean a couple of things. One of them is that maybe there are people around you who are on the defensive, okay? Maybe you are feeling like there are people outside of you that you're having to create some boundaries with, or maybe you've literally had to fend them off. Maybe you were one of these ones down here, and now you're literally stepping up here and doing your own thing, okay? Doing something in a different way. But this could also be representing spirit guides that have your back in terms of strengthening you, empowering you to be your authentic true self. Okay. To be able to stand up for what you believe in here. So this is the Tower. This can be like insight, coming back down to earth, and I think maybe in some ways maybe if you have been the Emperor on the top of this tower here, maybe there's something now that you're looking to change, that you're looking to get more real about, or to come down to earth. Maybe it is that you're relinquishing some of your responsibility so you can take up other things. Or maybe you're going to be doing things in a different way and sort of upsetting the apple cart a little bit, so to speak, possibly. Like in a good way. Like maybe you're looking to bring in change in some way, whether that's in change in your life, change in your relationships, change in how you're doing things, possibly at work. And, this is going to, I guess, this process or this change, or perhaps it's going to be a fairly swift thing for you. Maybe you're a bit worried there's going to be some concerns here about that, and that, yeah. You know what? I'm actually going to do now what I've been guided to do for the readings today, and possibly for readings to come, and that is to grab a couple of distant past cards. So these cards are going to represent the energies from past lives, okay, or possibly ancestral energies that you are carrying around, but they're going to be sort of relevant for the reading, okay. So I feel like you're either, maybe there's a decision that you're having to make here, or there's two sides of something. There's maybe your career, your practical life, and then maybe there's another deeper spiritual aspect of yourself. And I think maybe you may be feeling like you need to decide between one or the other, or maybe there's another decision where you combine them or you integrate them somehow. So the other card, wow, do you know what? At the start of this reading, I usually shuffle these cards like half a dozen times, maybe 10 times before I actually shuffle in the reading. And the Queen of Wands came out earlier in the flip when I was shuffling. So it's pretty interesting. I was like, oh, what if that's going to come out? Capricorn. So, and I think what you're wanting to do here is to, be yourself, which is what we've talked about here, about being your authentic true self. And I think you have an idea of what that is going to look like. And I think maybe this is anxiety about how you're feeling. How the heck am I going to do this? Maybe that's what you're thinking here. So if this is representing distant lives, like ancestrally or past lives, I'm feeling like, you know, there could be this thing of, it is to do with, you know, a bit of a dilemma around responsibility versus freedom. Okay. This is like being free to be oneself, and this is about being caught in the middle of like, well, I have my responsibilities, but I want my freedom, and feeling like not really aligning, or not being able to align is the perception, and is perhaps the cultural experience in certain times, maybe historically going back. So you could be feeling at the moment as though, Capricorn, that you are bound to responsibility. So I feel like there's this themes in the past where you've had responsibilities but you've wanted to do other things. And this here can be a realization that this is an age-old energy that you've been carrying around, and that possibly your ancestors experienced it, but possibly your own soul as it incarnated in different lives on Earth also experienced it. So maybe you had, you know, positions of authority. Maybe you were in a leadership role, as the Emperor is sort of stating here. I feel like it's a similar theme, because what's going to happen with the distant cards, distant past cards in the readings, is that they're going to reflect similarly on what's happening in the theme of the reading. So your reading theme is that, you know, this issue of responsibility, yet wanting to follow your your soul passion or your own personal truth here, or maybe combining the two, because in the past I think they've been at odds. Maybe you've experienced this sitting on the fence, like it's been a one or the other. But the new evolution and the new understanding is that really, as we go up in frequency, we're going to be able to combine lots of things. And it's really about activating creativity here, about pulling in lots of different ideas, concepts, and ways of looking at things, and certainly ways of looking at ourselves, so that we don't end up feeling like trapped, like that it's A or B, okay? Because I think historically there was a lot of A or B thinking. You know, you're either a peasant or a royal, you know, or you were poor or you were rich. You know, there was all this sort of a lot of that sort of stuff that went on. Or, you know, you had an office of responsibility in which you had to do certain things certain ways, and you just couldn't go out and do A and B, whatever you wanted to do, because it wasn't the done thing, or people would think you were not respectable anymore, all that kind of thing. So, but the roles were very set, okay, traditionally. And it could be here, Capricorn, that you, in past lives, you experienced very set roles in different lives, and maybe you're having difficulty in combining different aspects of yourself. So the clue here is to understand that your higher self is, you know, ultimately creative. It's all loving, unconditionally loving, all accepting. And so it's about kind of tuning into your personal truth here, about being authentic. And this is about you kind of, I think you've recently had a glimpse of what your personal truth is. Okay. And it's about being, you know, tenacious and determined to actually follow, to keep exploring that, because underneath here you have the Hierophant. I feel like this is, maybe you're going to be involved in a position that is has a spiritual flavor, but it's helping others. So I mean, this role here could even take the form of, like, you know, like a counselor or a healer of some sort, or someone that organizes supports for people, or maybe you're to do with, you know, it's to do with healing the earth, you know, like reforestation, or anything that has a spiritual purpose or meaning for you here, Capricorn. Let's look at the bottom of the deck, and, well, we've gone a bit over with this reading. Yeah, it's Eight of Wands, which is change, but look how this is actually saying to you, look at different areas of your life. Okay, you know, the Emperor can be a little bit an energy of all work and no play, and it can be a bit fixed. So if you're looking to, you know, bring in your soul energy, your creativity, your intuition, your spirituality, Spirit's saying, yes, do that. And look at the, these are the different aspects of yourself. You have mental, physical, emotional, spiritual, your intuitive, creative, spiritual, anything, soul energy, whatever it is that you are into. Keep exploring those things. So that's what I have for you, Capricorn. I hope that's been helpful. And yeah, I look forward to our next reading. In the meantime, have a great day, great week, and I'll see you again soon.